Okay, so here we have a variation on the dumbbell deadlift. Here we're using one dumbbell instead of two, and we're holding it in one hand. Now, we primarily use this as an integration exercise, and as you know, with all of our movements, we promote full body tension. However, the emphasis here is going to be on the hamstrings and the glutes. Now, the setup for this exercise is you're going to have your feet approximately hips width apart, but it doesn't matter if they're slightly wider. You want your toes to be facing as straight as possible. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of external rotation. Before you do a rep, you want your shoulder blades to be retracted backwards and downwards to promote good posture. You want your head to remain still. You want your abdomen and your core to be switched on. And you want to force your feet into the floor throughout the whole movement. When you're completing the movement, you also don't want your knees to fall inwards. You want your knees to stay as straight as possible. Now, once you've gotten the setup correct and you're comfortable, you can then start to hinge at the hips. Now, hinging at the hips basically means there is more bend in the hips than there is at the knees. And as you're hinging, or before you hinge, you want to have soft knees as well. As you hinge, you want to allow the dumbbell just to hang down in between your legs. And when you get to your end point is when you feel the most amount of tension on the hamstrings without breaking your posture. So if you feel that if you move a little bit more, or if you descend a little bit further downwards, that will break the ideal posture, then you've reached your maximum limit. From there, you will feel tension on the hamstrings. You want to force your feet into the floor to create additional tension. And then you want to drive your hips back through to get your torso back up to the start position. You will then controllably repeat the exercise until you've completed the prescribed amount of reps before moving on.